I'm back to suffering again today. A little bit of a late one, but I thought I'll just do a little bit of a daily vlog. I've come up to the garage. A lot of ideas have been going off in my head. First thing I'll just show you, a company has just sent me this brake fluid tester. How often do you lot check your brake fluid? Brake fluid absorbs water. The more water in your brake system, the quicker it is that your brakes boil, basically. So apparently this is going to tell us if it's requiring of changing or not. There's varying reviews on Amazon over these. Some say it's absolutely fantastic. Other one says it tells you need to change your brake fluid even when they've put this in a brand new bottle of brake fluid. So we shall see. But going back to the Q&A we did with Sam, and I was asking about his overlanding, I've sort of got the bug a bit, really. So we want to do some overlanding. Eventually we wanted to be doing some camping. We want to be doing it on a budget. We're not going to scrimp and save on the car. If the car needs something, the car gets it. But we're going to try and do all our overlanding equipment on a budget. There's a couple of groups I've just joined on Facebook. One's called Passion 4x4. I think they're a little bit too extreme for me. They've all got, French absolutely love their Nissan Patrols. They stick these massive wide wheels on them. I think they've got locking diffs in them, and they just seem to love them. But that's a bit extreme for me. We want to be just doing trails. We don't mind a bit of off-roading, but off the beaten track, that kind of thing. So with that in mind, I'm just going to be doing some little bits and pieces to the car with stuff that I've got. Now, Sam did a video the other day for installing that dash cam. This very same company got in touch with me. The cheeky twats only wanted me to pay for it. I said, you can off. Foxtrot Oscar. I said, I'm sorry, but I'm paying for putting a video out for you lot. I said, I don't think so. Jog on, bob on, Foxtrot Oscar. So we're going back to the old plan A. I've had this kicking around. I've used this. It's an old Next base. It's a 1080p. Nothing fancy. Click and go. I've probably showed you that before. I have also got for that the hard wiring kit, which goes down to your fuse box, converts, I'm assuming that converts 12 volts to 5 volts, yeah, output 5 volt VDC. So we'll be putting that on the screen. Now it's got one of those sucker mounts, which is not brilliant, but I'm planning on maybe sticking a little bit of silicone on it and pushing it on. Yeah, so that'll be that. Now, when Sam did his, he actually found a live feed up in the light thing. We're going to have a look in the car in a minute. But when it comes to off-roading, I was talking to the Hobbit about it. I don't really want to go out and do it on my own. I'm in a wheelchair. I can drive the car, no problem. I can fix the car, no problem. The wheelchair's in the boot. I can't get to it. If anything happens, if I've got to take a wheel off and change a wheel, I can do the job if I can get the wheelchair. So I said to her, if it's not nice, mild off-roading, we'll take the dogs, have a picnic, blah, blah, blah. She's with me, no problem. Or I find somebody else in the area, local, that wants to do a bit of off-roading. So then you've got communication issues. So I've been looking up, a lot of them use CB. Now I've got a CB. This is an old one. This is a Midland PR 2797, is it? Now it is a Midland 38 UK. I've got to look into it because CB radios on the 27 megahertz, the 11 meter band, if you know anything about radios. Different countries have different assigned frequencies for CB. This has got a button on it where I can switch it from UK to EU. But whether that'll pick anyone up, I don't bloody know. I haven't got an aerial for it, so I would have to get an aerial to try it. But I've also got this. Now, I've showed you this before in a video. This is a Retivis RA25. This is, it's got a plug on it in a minute. This requires a 10 amp feed. Now that feed up in the light cluster that Sam did the other day is 10 amps. I'm thinking, now somebody did suggest this once before, taking the sunglass holder out, mounting that up in there and getting your feed up there, and then I can just run the coax cable out of here round into the car somewhere. When I'm not using it, the hand thing fits in with like an RJ45 plug, so that just pops in there, and then you plug into that when you want to program it. Now this radio is VHF UHF, which I haven't got a license for. So to broadcast on UHF VHF you need a license, but you can pick up PMR 446 on this, which is the same as the little walkie-talkies that you buy in the blister packs. A lot of people use walkie-talkies or PMR 446. I can program this to pick up PMR 446 and receive UHF VHF, but not transmit. So that's an option. I've got an aerial here for this. It's on a mag mount. It's not a very long cable, but if you're in a convoy, you're not going to need miles of range. So I've got some more of this cable indoors for my other radio. I've got to have a bit of a think about it really, because to use the CB, I don't really want all these radios hooked up in the car. That's quite a big chunky one. So I'd have to probably bolt that on the center console somewhere, whereas this one would fit quite nicely up above. So what my thinking is, fit this one up in the light cluster above the mirror and get a portable CD. Get a portable CB, little handheld unit. They're reasonably priced. They can plug into your power outlet in your car, or you can get a battery pack for them. I've seen them on Amazon for the car kit with an aerial, €95. If I've got to spend out about €40 on a CB aerial, and then I'll have to get probably a SWR tuner to tune the aerial to the CB, I'm nearly spending that just to see if that one's going to work in this country. So I might go down the handheld route and fit that in the car. Anyway, that's enough waffling about communications. I don't think there's anything else in there I've got to show you. The next thing I want to do is, I'm filming on the phone. I was going to have a look at it. I've been looking at GPS. Now obviously the car's got GPS in it, and you can go, I think you can go off-road on the GPS that's in the car, but that's 2010. We're now in 2023, so it's a little bit out of date. Can't update it at all. You can take the car back to Land Rover and they can update it up until 2012. What is the point of that? So for off-road GPS, there are a lot of options, and there are a lot of expensive options. Some people that are dead keen on going, like, say, Morocco, Tunisia, all the Eastern European countries and that, they've probably got like these big Garmin screens. Not just Garmin, there are other makes available. Thought, well, we're doing it on a budget, so I've been looking at an app called Gaia GPS. I've got it on the phone. I've not subscribed to it yet, but I want to see. Hang on, farmers are at it again today. They're spreading shit today. He's got his slurry tank on the back. I want to see if the Gaia GPS app comes up on the CarPlay screen on the dashboard. So let's get in the car and we're going to have a quick look at that now. So up here, where this sunglasses thing fits in, I don't know how easy it's going to be I can take that whole unit out. There's a couple of screws up in there somewhere. Yeah, there's a couple of Phillips screws, and then you just pop out the back bit, just pulls down. I'll probably do that and see if I can fit something up in there, whether it be the radio up there or whether I just put the dash cam up there and put the radio somewhere else. If I put the radio up there and take the feed from up there, then I will run the hard wiring kit along the headlining down the A-pillar into the fuse box down there. That'll be a video. And then while I'm doing it, I'll reroute this power cable for this screen, because at the minute it's just trailing across the dashboard. I have seen someone on YouTube took that speaker grill out, managed to get it down through the dashboard and out. Well, I'd like to get it down and out and come out in the center console here somewhere. We'll see. We'll worry about that when the time comes. But I'm just going to start the car up and see if this Gaia GPS works on the screen, because that would be ideal. Because my phone, it's only an iPhone SE 2020. It's not the biggest of screens. It would be nice to get it up on the dashboard so you're not looking down all the time. So I'm just going to do that now, but obviously I can't show you because I'm filming on the phone. But I will be back and I shall let you know. That's good to know. The Gaia GPS app on the phone works on the CarPlay screen. The touch screen on the CarPlay, it works. I couldn't quite work out, it wasn't showing the same map on the CarPlay that my phone was showing, but I've just changed the layers. It's not too complicated, Gaia GPS, and it is pretty good. So I might end up subscribing to that. It's about €40 a year, but it's everything on there. You can download different layers. There's the France IGN maps, which are pretty good. They get all the footpaths on there and where you can and can't go. Obviously, if you turn up to a trail and they've got all the signs up saying you're not allowed motorised vehicles, you just turn around and go somewhere else. Don't want to be causing conflict with the neighbours, do we? I was just having to play with the navigation in the car, and oh, it's so bloody complicated compared to modern day sat navs. I mean, I've had TomToms for since they came out, when they was about that square. Remember them? They look like a little TV on the screen. Of course, TomToms are so easy to use. But yeah, so that's going to be the plan. Start kitting things out for a bit of off-roading, overlanding, with potentially getting the car kitted out for sort of like overlanding, bit of camping, taking the dogs out and the Hobbit. So we're a bit limited. I don't want to put a roof rack on. I know a lot of people go down that route, but we've got the wheelchair. So whether the wheelchair can lay down in the boot, so whether I can make like a box that goes over the top of that, so that you can just slide the wheelchair in underneath it and everything else gets stored on top. I was chatting to Sam the other day about roof tents. That's a big no-no for me, obviously, getting up the ladder. Like an awning style tent, but then you might as well just get an ordinary tent. And but some of them are quite expensive. I was thinking of something like a couple of €100 up at Decathlon, not thousands of euros. That's a long way down the line. We've got other things to pay for first, but certain things I've already got so that I can already start putting them in the car. That's the plan. Yeah. I think I'll probably fit that radio in up here and get a handheld CB radio if I'm ever going out with anyone that's on CBs rather than the walkie-talkies. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So this video is going to be short and sweet. Well, it probably isn't short and sweet now of all this bloody waffle, but you sort of know what my plans are. I'm not feeling great today. My shoulder and my neck is really hurting. I've no idea what I've done. I've had some painkillers and Hobbit's rubbed a bit of deep heat in. She's had the old massage gun out as well, which is like a bloody pneumatic drill. Mega painful. So yeah, I've been I was going to do a bit more shooting today with a 22 long rifle, but that wasn't happening. Oh. Anyway, I'm going to sign off now, and we got homemade pork meatballs in faggot gravy. There was going to be faggots, but it's normally pork and liver for faggots, but we haven't got any. We've got plenty of pork. So the Hobbit has made mini meatballs, almost the same, with mashed potato. Ooh, lovely jubbly. So that's going to be it for today, and hopefully I'll feel a bit better tomorrow, and we'll probably get out and do a bit more tomorrow. And yeah, some good plans for the car. Catch you tomorrow. Bye for now.